17 unanswered points here in the second half. And the Argos get some momentum back. Chad Owens stopped short of the 30-yard line.
That's a good play by Johnny Forzani. I like the no call by the officials. They're having a good game, those officials, tonight. He does get his hands on the back of Byron Parker, but if you stop it there, okay, right there, both hands are on the back, but in order for this to be interference, Parker's got to lunge forward. He's got to actually take his chance at the football away, and I don't see any push forward. He does ride him a little bit with his hands on the back of the jersey, but there was really no push forward. I think that's a good no call.
Young receiver against a veteran DB. And the Calgary receiver won that battle. Now Corey Boyd to the outside, and he gets tripped up across the 40-yard line. That's Brandon Smith with the tackle, but a first down for the Argos.
Chris, you mentioned unanswered points for the Calgary Stampeders, and there's the answer for Toronto. You're looking at it. First half, 173 yards rushing for the Toronto Argonauts, and the second, just 15.
Have to put some first downs together, and the Argonauts need to get some second half points. Justin Phillips brings him down at the 43. That Calgary defense fired up. Robert McCune part of it.
In the first half alone, the Toronto Argonauts rushing the football had 173 yards, which is the most the Calgary Stampeders have given up all year in a game, let alone a first half. And Boyd was doing most of the damage with over 100 yards rushing by himself in the first half. And in this second, the Argos come out with just 15 yards rushing. Just not attempting as many as they did in the first.
Second down, they stay on the ground, and Boyd will be stopped short at the 47-yard line. Had to get to the 50. So the Argos offense stalls once again on that 4-yard pickup, and Calgary will get the ball. 2 points down, but a possession with a chance to take the lead.
Well, and just not anything that would suggest that Drew Tate, I mean, he's just on a roll right now.
Great boot. Big boot. But sailing into the end zone. But the Argos might take that as a valuable point. Now a 3-point lead.
Interesting decision here on the field.
Yes, we said it might be a big point. It was so big, Calgary did not concede it. There was a no-yards penalty, and the Stampeders took the penalty. The ball at the 15. It remains a 2-point game. Jabari Arthur with a catch up to the 23. You often see that penalty automatically decline for field position.
Yeah, with 10 minutes left, and it was when that decision was made. That's pretty early to start thinking about that single affecting the outcome for John Hufnagel. However, with the play of Drew Tate right now and the confidence that he's playing with, I think he's had success on almost every drive he's been on the field.
Yeah, he's dug themselves out of a bigger hole than that, and there's that tight end formation. This time Tate gets cut down very quickly, and are they going to have a third and over yard decision to make again? And this one will be from inside the 25-yard line. John Hufnagel's
right there.
Yeah, he's going to earn his money with this one. This is a tough call, and the punt team's going to come on.
Yes, they are. He went down and looked at it himself. I mean, he didn't want to rely on anything else, and he walked right down to that line of scrimmage, took a look, and quickly decided to go ahead and kick the football.
It's 1.5 yards at least, and although they've converted with authority, that's in a dangerous area.
Now they kick it back to Toronto, depending on this return from Chad Owens. Go back to that decision.
Maybe that single point would have been worth conceding. Burke Dales lets it fly. Owens at his 41. Trying to get outside, gets a block. And now cut it back. Anybody seen there? He got across midfield. That was an interesting return. bounced around for 15, and the Argos have great field position at midfield. The NFL on TSN continues on Sunday when the Minnesota Vikings travel to Chicago to take on the Bears. Sunday Night Football live coverage, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on TSN. You can also watch the game live on TSN Mobile TV. Adrian Peterson was off and running last Sunday. Well, the Argos have had nothing going in the second half.
Now, whether he gets a long return for a touchdown or he gets 10 or 15 yards, this guy's an exciting player to watch, man.
Jitterbugged his way to close to midfield. Roy Boyd. They've shut her down a little bit in the second half. Devon Claybrooks on the inside and holds Boyd to short yardage there, 2 to 3 yards.
That's what they're better at in the second half. Chris Jones got him going, and you can see the enthusiasm from Devon Claybrooks there in the middle. That's where they've been better in this half is the interior, in the middle. And what they're saying now is that if they're going to have success running, the Argos are going to have Stephen Giles pull it and get him out on the edge. I think Calgary would rather see Giles run it than Boyd.
It's been a while since we saw Giles run it. He's throwing it this time. Copeland can't catch it. Fraser does. It's another turnover. The Calgary Stampeders have another interception. Fraser's got his second of the season. Since the Stampeders had 1 interception in their last 6 games, they've got 3 tonight.
Well, Eric Fraser's got the interception, Chris, but it was Greg Fassett in coverage that causes it. He just stuck with it, glued right to Jermaine Copeland, and when that ball was thrown a little bit high, got the left hand in there, tipped it up to his teammate Eric Fraser.
So Giles has thrown 3 for the second time this year, through 3 against Winnipeg. First time the Stampeders have nabbed 3 in a game. And they take over at the 51. Tate faked a little shovel, gets it to Coker, and Coker taken down quickly. Good tackle by Jordan Younger. Check that Byron Parker with the stop.
Yeah, I think Byron Parker's upset. He's upset after that Johnny Forzani push. He thought he was pushed in the back by Forzani. It should have been a pass interference call on his touchdown. And since then, he's made 2 big tackles like this. One on Nick Lewis and one on LaMarcus Coker right there.
And Stampeder has gone down. And LaMarcus Coker cramping up here, it would appear. Let's take a look at what happened to Coker. Coming off the field and cramping up.
Yeah, it looked like he grabbed the ankle, but the reaction down there's the pain in the ankle. And again, that's why you see he was making it off the field. And as Coker's coming off the field, the entire team is telling him, just go down, because if you come off, now we want to make sure we get the right personnel depending on what grouping's out there. And the sideline will then try and organize and regroup and make sure they got everybody. That buys them some time. The only downside is that Coker now, no matter what, has to stay out for 3 plays, even if he's okay.
The CFL on TSN is brought to you by Wendy's Baconator, the official hamburger of the Canadian Football League. We're in for a good finish tonight. Clock running, just over 6.5 to go. And a big play coming up with Calgary looking at 2nd and 7. Down by a pair. Standing in, throwing, and Robbie Bryant's got it in front of Sean Smalls.
Robbie Bryant was left by himself on the backside because Jabari Arthur came in to help block. And when he comes in to block here, then you get the one-on-one on the outside, and Drew Tate again puts it right on the money for Robbie Bryant. Linjay Shell was coming on a blitz, mistimed his jump, so he was down on the ground when Drew Tate let go of that one.
shell intended for Jabari Arthur.
Yeah, that was again that matchup again. That when on that last play Jabari Arthur went to block, Lynn J. Shell started to blitz. This time you go here, and Lynn J. Shell, who's playing another good game, he anticipates this nicely and jumps his curl. He didn't even move in his back pedal. And if he doesn't mistime his jump on that first down throw, that one gets knocked down.
Can the Stamps convert? 2nd and 10. 4 receivers wide side. Tate steps up and takes off. First down, and he hits the deck inside the 25-yard line. Kevin Huntley jumping in frustration because Tate ran by him.
Yeah, Kevin Huntley had a chance at him. Remember when I talked about Willie Pyle kept coming down to the line of scrimmage, leaving the middle open, and when would it be a time for Calgary to go ahead and try and take advantage of that? Well, Drew Tate wanted to. He had Landon Talley going down the seam, but Huntley gets there on that spin move and then just misses him here.
6 run for 36 yards for Tate. In field goal range, poised to take the lead, but they want more. R.J. Franklin, and that's incomplete.
A long road back for R.J. Franklin. Last catch from him was back in July 14th against the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, and has been injured. Just get back in the roster last week and trying to work himself back into game shape.
And the man who took his job has a big touchdown tonight, Johnny Forzani. Well, this is at least the 3rd time it's been 2nd and long on this drive as Tate audibles.
Willie Pyle's down low again.
Here they come. He steps up, takes off, and he'll be close to another first down. Looks like he might be a half-yard short.
Boy, you can tell Drew Tate wants it. He's trying to get there now. This time it looks like there might have been a bit of a rotation, but every time now Drew Tate sees number 10 down at the line of scrimmage, he wants to go to the hole. Now that pocket's collapsing because you can see all the pressure coming, but if he can get that one out of there, they make a big play down the middle. So far, he's had to run on both those opportunities.
I'll give John Hubnagle credit for good game management, as his decision earlier means this field goal attempt by Rennie Paredes is for the lead and not for the tie.
It helped to get the Eric Fraser interception, though.
Yes, it did.
In that process, but you're right. Got to give him credit.
29-28, the Calgary Stampeders have the lead for the first time since Paredes opened the scoring, with a short field goal in the opening quarter. But Drew Tate has changed the complexion of this night.
You know, every player needs that sort of play, or that quarter, or even that game where it sort of is your signature moment, your moment where you say to the coaches, you know, I'm ready. Drew Tate looks ready to me.
3rd year out of Iowa, and he has rallied this team with 20 unanswered points. Down 28-9. And it looked like this one had gotten away from the Stampeders, but Drew Tate making a name for himself tonight and keeping the Stamps very much in this race for first in the CFL West. It's such a significant game, you consider that a loss tonight might end any hopes realistically of having a bye in first place.
Yeah, I think you're right. And considering the season series between Calgary, BC, and Calgary, Edmonton, they have to keep winning. Have a chance for first.
Chad Owens bounced off first contact, and he is away across midfield. And Antwi will bring him down, but not before he gets to the 45, close to Prefontaine. Field goal range the other way.
You know, I'm gonna correct myself. I stand corrected. The big runs are more exciting than the 10-yard runs, even though those can be fun to watch with Chad Owens as well. I mean, you just what is completely not shocking, but just you marvel at, I guess is the best way to put it, is that it looks like there's no way that Chad Owens should get out of that group of Calgary jerseys. I mean, he was surrounded by 4 or 5. Somehow, those quick feet of his, he bounces and gets out there, and he's that much closer to that 3,000 mark.
55 yards on the return. Corey Boyd, not much there. Taken down immediately by Torrey Davis. And do they play close to the vest and make sure they come away with 3? Or does Stephen Giles throw on 2nd and long?
Well, to give Prefontaine a real good chance at that, they're going to need to get this first down at least. So passing down.
Prefontaine's longest is 48. If they tried right now, this would be from 51. Giles, flag. That might knock them out of field goal range unless there's an interception. And do they have one? Jeff Tisdale's got it.
They are ruling interception.
Jeff Tisdale has the pick. It would be the 4th of the night for Calgary. The flag in that usual holding area against Toronto. Let's wait as the officials conference. And we probably would get a challenge regardless of what the call is here.
Take a look, top right-hand corner of your screen. Again, Brandon Rideau up on that sideline.
The ruling on the field is that is an interception by Calgary. Also, there had been a hold, Toronto, number 62. That penalty will be declined. So the ruling at this point is first down, Calgary.
There goes the challenge flag as Al Bradbury finished.
And now you see Stephen Giles real upset with Brandon Rideau. And I don't blame him. We've seen 3 or 4 examples tonight. And Brandon Rideau has got to want that football coming back like that. I mean, the Argos were going to get the holding call. And that was going to push them out of field goal range, and probably, depending on.
Toronto is challenging the ruling on the field of an interception.
Now this is interesting.
Yeah.
There's under 3.